Hi, what's up, y'all? It's Poppin' What's Crackin'. It's Demise Reacts to this album and Preach Fit. It's titled They Filmed Their Own Demise. I saw this headline of these girls, and apparently they were driving drunk, and they ended up passing in a car accident when they were filming themselves drunk driving. So, terrible situation, but let's just hear what they have to say. Let's watch.
For today's topic.
Developing right now in Lake County, Florida Highway Patrol says this video is at the center of their investigation into a deadly crash over the weekend. Troopers claim 4 women were drinking while speeding.
They all died? Oh, they all died.
3 of them died. Another is in the hospital tonight in critical condition. And Randy, you spoke to the sole survivor's mother. What did she say?
And spoke with her late this afternoon, and she described her daughter as a fighter, and she is certainly fighting for her life right now. As you mentioned, we have video that has been confirmed by FHP that they are using as part of this investigation.
R.I.P. I don't like to speak ill of the dead regardless of the situation, but at the same time, this is just so fucked up because y'all could have killed other people. Like, it's unfortunate that they pass as well, but this is what happens when you drive drunk. Like, why are you doing this? And then y'all recording it like this is cute. This is just disgusting behavior.
As FHP says, one of the women that you will see in this video is one of the women who was killed.
Speeds appearing to top 100 miles per hour.
Oh my God.
And alcohol passed around the vehicle.
That's...
Florida
Were
Highway
they?
Patrol says this video is now part of their investigation into this weekend's deadly crash in Lake County.
In that vehicle, if the video ends up being exactly what our investigators are able to prove, there was a lot of distraction in that car for the driver and for the other passengers.
Okay. Maybe,
Oh my God.
I don't know, if the person drinking wasn't the one who, the one who lived, if she wasn't the driver.
You're not supposed to drink.
The one who lived, who wasn't the driver. If the rest of them are dead, what do they charge anyone with?
Because you're not supposed to drink in a moving car. You're not supposed to have open bottles in your car.
Oh, even the passenger.
Whether you're driving or not.
So wait, they're gonna charge
I didn't know that.
one of the passengers with drunk driving?
Not drunk driving, but you could. It depends of where they at. But I know that in here, you can get a ticket if you're not the one driving. It's not gonna be drunk driving.
Wait, is this only in Canada?
You could. It depends of where they at. But I know that in here, you can get a ticket if you're not the one driving. It's not going to be drunk driving, of course. I don't know what the ticket is, but there's a ticket for that. Whenever you're driving, you're in the confine the vehicle and you're drinking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they're not going to put the whole thing on her, but
I mean, there's nothing to put on her. You can't charge her with an actual crime. Maybe you charge her with something for a ticket, but you can't. Like, if the driver was still alive, she'd probably go into jail for
manslaughter.
Reckless manslaughter,
yeah.
Maybe. For the DUI killing result, she could be facing 10, 15 years. But if she's not the driver, then there's really nothing, like...
No, she's going to have a fine.
Okay.
That's really what it is. So an investigation for a fine. And they're also just making sure that the person that is alive. The investigation is also to make sure that the person that is alive is also not the person driving. They're making sure that...
Because I even recall a situation where my friend, for her birthday, she got us a driver because she knew we were all going to be drinking. So we had a specific driver driving us around to, like, different spots or whatever. And we, like... we get lit in the car. So it's like, oh, that's not acceptable? I didn't know that. But again, they are in a different country, so maybe that's the case in Canada. But I don't know if we have those same laws as well. I've never heard of that.
Okay, who was who and who was doing what?
I mean, you probably see who's driving when you...
That's what they're trying to figure out.
You see in the video.
Yeah.
But for the viewers who are not American, 150 miles per hour. Aren't you clocking at like 160?
No, you're closer to
200?
Well, 200 is...
200 kilometers per hour?
200 kilometers an hour is 120.
I love how people be on Americans' head when we don't automatically know these conversions, but I always hear people in other countries not know our conversions, and I feel like nobody says anything. Cause I was just watching this like fitness chick's channel as well, and she was trying to convert kilograms to pounds. And she's like, okay, wait, let me see. And I just glanced at the comments. Nobody talks shit. But let that have been the other way around. I always see people make fun of Americans for not knowing. And it's like, why would we automatically know that off the top of our heads? I kind of know because I travel a lot and I be at the gym. So I got used to it a bit. But it's like, otherwise, like, why would you know that if that's not what you typically use in your country anyway?
Oh my
just
days. Because 100 kilometers.
You can't do shit.
100 clicks is 60.
Hey, listen.
So it was almost double that. So yeah, you're almost at.
Listen. I said it the last time we covered one of these, and I'll say it again. I'm just glad they took themselves. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. As long as these people only take out themselves, it is.
And nobody else,
It's what they do with other people.
That's fucked up. I used to see this law, this drinking law, child. I ain't trying to break the law.
State troopers said the crash happened early Sunday morning along State Road 19, just south of State Florian Lane. Investigators say the driver failed to negotiate a curve, ran off the road, hit a pole, and flipped several times. They say no one was wearing a seatbelt, and everyone was thrown from the Jeep.
Nobody wearing a seatbelt. That's what I'm saying. This kind of feels deliberate. Like this doesn't really make a lot of sense. 116 miles per hour is really fast, and I speed. I'm a speeder, okay? That's really fast, and you're drinking on top of that, and nobody's wearing a seatbelt. Like, that's very sus. Something's off.
No seatbelt, 200 kilometers per hour. Drinking. I mean, what you want me to say?
It don't make sense.
Your daughter might be a fighter, but she's a fucking idiot. She was also fighting every bit of logic and responsibility. That's just what it is, bro. And I say this now, you're being harsh. You would never say that if this person ran off the road and killed 5 people.
Yeah,
you would never say that to me. And again, people always look at, all right, who passed away? And that's how they judge a situation. Mm-hmm. But this is the same thing as if they flip off the road and kill 5 people. It's very possible for that to happen easily. So they were going on a straight and they flipped off the road, hit a post, and flipped a bunch of times. You do the same thing near any bunch of houses. You're in somebody's home and you're killing them while they're sleeping or whatever it might be. So,
but I just want to do the right stuff for my friends and smoke with cigarettes.
But, bro, and they film themselves too. Like, the levels of stupidity people.
This feels like
and they were filming the speed. Like, they don't usually, whenever there's car crashes like that, they have to put like a special team that's there that analyzes the braking, the velocity, the number of flips, how long it took for the car to stop, to evaluate at what speed they were going. Now they just really have to look at Instagram.
Excuse me.
Facts. Hey, listen, and I will speak on this topic for as long as it is going to exist. You guys can say I'm an asshole whenever we cover this. Let me tell you, man, the real assholes are the people who do this. They traumatize their family over what? So you could go 200 kilometers per hour? You traumatize your parents, everybody around you for what? Again, thankful you didn't kill nobody else. But who's the real asshole? And in my opinion, even though I don't think they deserve a crime, the people who sit in that car are just as culpable as they egg on the driver. You don't try to stop the person. You don't, when they're being reckless, when they're drinking, no, you join in on the fun. Then you just as trash in regards to the behavior, in my opinion. But I digress.
3 people were killed: Kenesha Lewis, Octavia Pugh, and Shakayla Mathis. A 4th passenger, Mariah Belcher, is in the hospital.
So she wasn't the driver.
My child is here, but there's 3 kids that lost their lives behind it.
How old are they?
And I want their family to go through their grieving and not have to worry about my baby.
Mariah's mom says her daughter is still in critical condition but stable. She has a traumatic brain injury, fractured vertebrae in her neck, and suffered a spleen injury.
My whole ride from Alabama, all I can say is my child should live and not die. And she's fighting.
Marcia Knight says her daughter and her friends may have been leaving a party when they allegedly made the post on social media and crashed. She says it's hard watching that video and knowing a night of fun with friends ended like this.
The accountability on my head goes towards my daughter.
In my drunkest state,
because if you knew this person had been drinking, you knew you guys were drinking before, there, after.
Especially if somebody driving crazy.
You know what I'm saying? You know that.
And like, why wouldn't nobody in the car be like, hey, bitch, hold up, I value my life, slow the fuck down, what you doing? And you drinking? Like, nothing about this makes sense. Everybody in the video is just like, yeah, everything's fine. I don't understand.
Oh,
thanks, Mom.
Yes.
Thank the comment.
And you see the kind of stress that she put her mom through, and her mom raised her better than that. It's like, you know better. What are you doing? It's refreshing, I'm not gonna lie. I did not see that coming.
With the mom taking accountability?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Not trying to make excuses or anything like that.
No. No,
I appreciate it.
I'd be so disappointed if one of my kids was involved in this situation. Obviously, I want them to pull through. There's no doubt. I don't want nobody to get hurt. But I'm like, why were you there? Did we not raise you better than that? And that's just a sad thing. But that shows you too. You know, when you go out and you're with friends, there's quite a lot of peer pressure involved with a lot of things, and people will give in to certain behaviors that they probably shouldn't. This is a bit of an extreme 200 kilometers per hour, drinking whatever. How old were these people? Did they say?
I don't recall.
Okay, I'll caveat it with this. When people are young at that age, yes, they should know better. They're adults, blah, blah, blah. But they're also prone to impulsivity and really stupid decisions, especially when there's peer pressure. They take risks that they shouldn't take. And many of us have one or two stories where we're like, I could have died that night. Right?
Yep.
They died. They're your story, but they died. And, you know, at least that's if they're young. If they're over 25, hey, man, tough luck.
Hot take.
Ooh.
I think it's
Even
bad.
they under
It's pretty
25.
bad, no matter where you at. But I think it's worse when you're in the States. You do that shit here and you die, or you're in the hospital, at least your health care is free. Now, mama got to pay a whole ass bill on top of that. Mama was not in the car. She got to pay a whole ass bill of her staying in the hospital on top of that. I remember when I was in trouble, I did some stuff. When I was, the time I didn't get news and I came back late, and my mom was like, I hope something happened to you.
No.
I hope, because if nothing happened to you and you was on your bullshit and then you came home late and you just didn't say, the things I'm going to do to you compared to what should have happened for you to go in the States, you're going to have to pay a whole ass bill. A whole ass bill.
Maybe they got insurance, so we'll see.
Yeah, maybe they got good
Maybe about to
insurance.
go up, so let's find out.
If you got real good insurance, then you know you ain't gotta pay that much. It depends on what type of insurance you have. It varies.
FHP says they're still waiting on toxicology reports in this investigation. They also have to compare data from the vehicle to how fast the vehicle was recorded in that video. Investigators are also reminding you to wear your seatbelt.
She could be charged for drinking. She could be charged for not wearing a seatbelt. She could be charged.
Hey, listen. Where's the reminder to not be the biggest fucking idiot? I mean, that's 3 strikes, you're out. Speeding, drunk driving, no seatbelt. You die.
That's what I'm saying. That don't make sense.
And in a
Nobody
GoFundMe
that
created for
stupid.
Kanisha Lewis, she is described as a mom of 5. And
A mom of 5. So, remember everything I said about her being young? The other women, I just looked at their picture. They look like they in their 30s. No, I don't feel bad.
You got 5 kids and you doing this?
5.
Yeah.
Right.
The mom, that you're the real asshole. So wait, you were gonna abandon your kids so you could go drink, speed, and not wear a seatbelt? I'm sorry.
This answers your question of how old they were. Old enough.
I don't even care about the drinking part. They were speeding and not wearing a seatbelt. Drinking is just another layer of stupidity.
No. It starts with drinking and driving. Because at any speed, you're drinking, you're driving. At any speed, then the rest is layers. What?
I mean, you could be charged for drinking and driving in a lot of situations. You could be sitting in your car just not even moving, and you could be charged for drinking and driving.
Yeah.
When they're speeding at that level, I don't care if you're sober. I don't care if you're the best driver in the world.
You
I'm
might
not with
lose
it.
control of
That's
the
me
car.
personally. Drinking and driving, depending on
It's
the
really
situation,
easy
it gets
to
bad,
lose
it
control
gets
of the
bad.
car at that
The
speed.
speeding, I mean, you can't kill someone unless you're going fast.
Not necessarily. There's some soft spot in your body. You can hit your head. You sideswipe someone and they hit their head on the side.
They're just looking for ways to
They
disagree.
can go. It don't have to be that fast. It don't have to be that
Look at my
fast.
face. He's like, all right,
If
dude.
you die from somebody going 15 miles per hour, I mean, that's on you, bro. Hey, man.
I'm laughing, but it's not because it's funny. It's more because I'm appalled.
Not that's on you if you die.
Like I said,
You'd hit
it
that
sounds like
15
this ain't their
mile per
first rodeo.
It was not their first, but it was their last.
That should be our mantra with all of these situations. I'm glad that they took themselves out. As far as I'm concerned, I don't even think this is a tragedy, bro.
It's just something that happened.
If you take a
feel
fork
bad
and you
for those
stick it in the outlet
kids,
and you
bro.
shut shop to death, like, I don't know, I'm trying to say, bro. You take a toaster, jump in a bathtub. Is that a tragedy?
You would just want to add a little buzz in your life.
Yeah, it's just one of the.
Yeah.
I'll say this to you
Why
guys.
do
If
I keep
you are in
looking
a
at-
vehicle and someone's speeding like crazy, it's okay to get out.
Exactly.
Don't just sit there and be like, oh my God, get out. You need a ride, pay an Uber. I know it sucks, whatever, no matter, call a friend. Do not stay in
Let
that
me
vehicle.
out this car.
Think of the last time we covered that couple that was speeding and they were stopped over, right? Now, forget the cop. Let's say they were just there and
they died,
there was a
right?
third person in that car. There was you.
I think I
And
read
they just
this.
parked for 2 seconds after speeding. They were almost doing 200 kilometers per hour. They were going fast, almost hitting people, whatever. They stopped. Whether you live or not is determined by whether you get out of that car or not at that point. Because 5 minutes later, what were they? They were decapitated underneath a truck. So it's never worth it. I personally don't accept it when people do that. I'm like, yo, let me off. Drinking, don't even play with me. I'm not getting in that car.
Don't fucking
It's just,
play.
I don't think that shit's funny. I don't think it's cool. And I don't want to be an accessory or be there when you do something inevitably stupid. And
That goes for everything. Weed, liquor, everything. Because some people think like, oh no, I'm good. I could drive when I'm smoking. No. Let me out the car. I'm not in this car with you when you're under the influence of anything. This is very, very strange though. I know there are a lot of stupid people out there. I know that. But drinking, driving 116 miles per hour and not having on your seatbelt, all of y'all in the car, 4 people? Like, does that not sound weird? Not one person had enough common sense to at least put on their seatbelt. Even if they were going to, allow the girl to speed and not say anything because they're peer pressure or whatever the fuck. You wouldn't think to be like, all right, this bitch going too fast and put my seatbelt on? Like, that just doesn't make sense. This is sus. Very sus. But, yeah, very fucked up. And y'all kind of did this to yourself. So I don't know what else to say. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though. Let me know what other videos you want to watch, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!